Welcome to this video about report parameters in CreditSafe Connect for Business Central. Report parameters and parameter groups decides how we present data to you as a user in Business Central. To give an example, we can go to the monitoring objects and we can take a look at, we can fetch data. So now we have a data report. We have the groups. The basic is a group, a parameter group, and the registered name is a parameter. The parameter has a name called name. The city has the name city. And the parameters, that is how we store the data inside Business Central. Even though we fetch data from different APIs, which has different data structures, we have mappings of that data into the same parameter code for city in Business Central. So let's go back to the settings and take a look at how this is set up. We go to the data processing menu here in the role center. Otherwise, you can just search for report parameter groups. So these are the groups. In the previous report, we looked at the basic group. We have a sort index. So this data is all created like default setup data when you run the assisted setup in Business Central, and you can do changes. If you don't want to see data about previous addresses, you can just make it inactive. If you want to change sorting, just change the sort index. So if you think key values are very important, just put it in like sort index number 5 or something like that. It will be visible higher up in the report data. And this group, the basic group, has parameters. The basic is just a group, it's just like a heading in the reports. This is where we have the actual data in the parameters. So we will find the registered name. The parameter is called name. And we can specify a data type just for formatting the data so it looks a bit prettier, like dates and so on. Also here we can sort data, sorting index. We can ignore empty values. We can also here decide if we are interested in this data or not. And this parameter name is used in 5 reports. So far we are looking at the internal storage of data in Business Central. And the number 5 here represents in how many data definitions, report data definitions is this parameter used. So I won't dive in too deep in that. We will have a separate video going through all these technical details. But if I click on the number 5 here, these are XML nodes. Even though the global data source is providing us with JSON data, we convert it into XML structure. And these are the 5 leaf nodes in those XML structures where we find the registered name. So if you get data from the global data source, from the Norwegian consumers, Norwegian sole traders, the Swedish basic report or the Swedish credit report, no matter from which report we get the registered name, we put it into this parameter. Because these leaf nodes, on each leaf node, we have defined the parameter code. So the code that imports the data looks at the whole structure of the XML document. This could be several levels down in the document and finds the parameter code on the leaf node and puts the data into that. So if you go back to a report, we can continue using this company as an example. Or maybe we should use the global, which is JSON data from CreditSafe. It's a bit easier to read. Let's get some report data. So we have the registered name. That's the internal parameter code. This is the business name, is the source path. And we can actually look at the source data. I can view it inside Business Central, or I can export it to an external file. We'll just click on the view here. So this is what the data looks like when it comes from CreditSafe. And this is the root where we start doing the reading of the data. And we go to the company summary where we find the business name. So that's the leaf node where we have the data. And if we go back to the list of the report parameters group, what you can do is decide if you are interested in the data or not. You can change sorting on the group level, but also on each parameter. And there is a separate video where we dive a little bit more into detail. We will do new mappings of the XML structure into a new parameter and bringing it all the way into a custom data field and to a fact box. But that's a subject for a completely different video. So this was this video about parameter groups and parameters. So thank you for watching.